Maulana, with regards to 6, 7, tonight, will 6 out of 7 die from spraying in the sky or violence?
It sounds like a new song. 6, 7, they're going to die out of the spraying in the sky, yeah. White flag, red flag. Watch the video, watch the video. Actually, the comment, for many times I try not to make comments, but as I'm getting older, I'm a little bit less tolerant. I'm watching the video comment, 6, 7, and the guy says, what does 6, 7 mean? In the video comments. And I said, all I could say is like, really? You didn't even watch the whole video, 6, 7 gonna die, 6, 7 gonna die, 6 out of 7 gonna die, the system did them wrong. Every word in all these nasheeds are our teachings, otherwise I won't approve the nasheed. It's not some random guy talks and he's rapping something, but they take our teachings, they put it into a nasheed format in the different genre, then if it's appealing to ourselves, then we approve it. So it's a way of getting our teaching to different audience. You know, before our teachings were 45-minute videos to an hour-long videos, and people had the patience and tolerance to listen and to educate themselves. Now we're down to about 3 minutes to convey what has to be conveyed and to be in a rhythmic sort of package, because this is the patience and tolerance of people now. It may come down to around 10 seconds. So we'll have to come up with something super fast and about 10 seconds give you an understanding, because people's level of concentration is diminishing. It's been done purposely to them because of the social media, because of the attention span, the TikTok and the algorithms of TikTok and similar softwares like that. It's meant to keep you at a very high level of dopamine and overstimulate your eyes so that to hypnotize people and to put them within a trance and lock their face into the media, and this is way the shaitan can take you into his world and lock you into his universe. And that's how the jinn will capture people into their world and keep them there. So these are all these things that are happening. 6, 7 and the reality of 6 out of 7 perish through the red and white flags, either through battles and wars that will be everywhere, civil wars and the things that these people are planning for each other, it's from themselves. They don't have to worry about other people, they're planning themselves between their red party, blue party and what they want to do. Then this party going to be fighting another country and another country going to be fighting another country. So anybody with a little bit of meditation begins to understand. So some people in Canada were texting or not texting, emailing, oh I'm so frightened, what happens if America takes over? America takes over is the best thing for you, otherwise you better learn Chinese or Russian very quickly. So you're going to either be Chinese and under the Chinese flag, and that's going to be difficult for you. And already it's like that. They own all the industries, they own all the real estate, they own all the industrial properties. So they're already about to flip. So the greatest thing that can happen is if America steps in to help. So these areas in the Western hemisphere has to be guarded. And that's what we said, this authority and power is not in their hands but in Allah's hands. So everything that's happening is by command of the Most High. We just have to be good people, good character and stay amongst ourselves, do our praying, do our good deeds, feed people and just watch how this unfolds. For our own protection is again the connection. If kings are coming out and this one saying, I'm king, that one king, this one king, then there's always a loyalty to the king. And loyalty to the King Most High means the King from heavens, that's called faith. So Allah's going to begin to test faith in a very, very difficult way. Means that you really have to have faith. That's going to be opening certainty. The only way to open certainty is through tafakkur and contemplation. You say you believe, but when difficulty comes you start panicking, don't know what to do. So that's when you have to connect, that's when you have to make the connection to the shaykhs, that's when you have to make the connections to Prophet and ask and see ourselves in that presence, and that grant me a healing, grant me shifa, grant me a protection, grant me your nazar. Those are now the connections and the days of connections that are necessary, and that becomes the testing. And those whom don't believe in that, they won't do that, and they'll wonder why they have fear. So people can't imagine, if they don't do these practices and these shayateen draw near to people, they can inflict an immense sense of fear and panic just by the proximity of their energy. And if you don't have that connection and you didn't practice that connection, then what will you do? So that's why we don't have to debate people, we just have to wait to see what you're going to do, because we know that day is already here. You don't debate people, you need a ta'weez, you don't have a ta'weez, who cares? But when something starts coming at you all night long and you don't know how to defend yourself from it, then you would think, what was that shaykh talking about, ta'weez? Yeah, there's something from the unseen realms. This is the month of jinn, Surah Jinn. If you understand Surah Jinn and you understand our teachings, the whole of dunya people are masons. And all of their masonry and all of their secret society is based on what? Manipulation of the jinn world. Black and white floors, all of their designs, all of their signs and symbols is for what? The whole other side of nafsani people is what? They want to get involved with unseen powers. They want to take the favours of unseen powers. They want authority from unseen powers. They want to manipulate the earth from the unseen powers. So they believe, and their way is to keep humanity ignorant of unseen powers. But heavenly ways and tariqah ways, they work with unseen power from heavenly side. So they're very familiar with that realm, they completely understand that realm, and they have all of the defenses necessary against that realm. So the support of those whom believe within the heavens. So this is why then on this month of Prophet it's linked to Surah Al-Jinn. Because how can you have faith if the majority of your faith, 99% of your faith is going to be based on what you can't see? Faith is not what you see. So 99% of what's around us is what you can't see. That's what you have to believe in, that's what you have to understand, that's in all the teachings. Sickness is not just something random, it's when the unseen comes too close. If they come too close to your body you get pain, if they come too close to your chest you can't breathe. If they come too close to your energy, every type of dis-ease comes. Disease not coming just random, it's from them, from the unseen. They're the parasites, they're the amoebas, they're the bacteria. Everything is related to their kingdom, overlapping and entering into the heavenly and sound kingdoms. So this is a huge reality, and that's why Prophet attached now the Jinn surah to his holy month. This is the 8th month times the realities of 9. We went from Allah opening Rajab to the munafiq, and Prophet's surah is Surah Al-Jinn because of the unseen realms and the importance of understanding and having a command within the unseen realms, inshaAllah.